day, folks. What a day. I've earned this. That is the inaugural batch 1 of the Shelter Point Artisanal Single Malt 10 years batch strength, and it sold out really, really fast. So this review may not be useful to everyone. Batch 1, it's going to be very collectible. Do I open it? Of course I open it. Look who you're talking to. There we go. Those of you who are into Waterford will recognize these. They're like, I can't get it off. You just sort of give it up. I don't want no dirt in my whiskey. Cleaned off. So. There we go. Now, this, as some of you may know, is my second Shelter Point. I have very little experience with this distillery because they're really hard to get here. I had to order this direct from the distillery. I had to order the Smoke and Oak also direct from the distillery. This is like just come out and it's already sold out. But I'm glad to have gotten my hands on a bottle anyway. In fact, I think I ordered the day it was announced. Okay, so what do I know about this whiskey? Not much. I don't know the distillery very well, as I just said. I know this is distilled in a custom copper still, whatever that means. Double distilled, I believe. I will check on that and comment down below if I'm wrong. Cask strength in this case means 57.8%. This distillery is out on Vancouver Island. This is an unpeated whiskey. So my experience with Canadian whiskey tells me look for a metallic clank, over carameled, super smooth, overly polite. My later experience with Canadian whiskey since I started this channel has been stay away from the big guys and you can get some really beautiful juice. This is expensive for a 10-year, and I find it's expensive for Canadian whiskey. I think it was $130 direct from them, plus shipping. I have high hopes. I know a minute in the glass per year in the cask, so I'm not really hurrying this. In fact, I will be back in 7 minutes. You know, as I got about here, I started smelling whiskey. Which is really cool. It smells really good from here. It's not a huge smell, but I just got a waft. So we've had it open for 10 minutes. Let's take a look at the tears. Wow. Can you guys see this? There's like no tears. And they're just starting to develop now. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, I have high hopes for the mouthfeel. Okay. There's definitely vanilla, caramel. There's a woody aspect. Some spice, like a baking spice. A warm hug kind of spice. Something salty happening though, which is kind of a nice surprise. Very nice, fresh, cool seaside day kind of thing. Not a sunny seaside day necessarily, maybe a little bit of cloud in the sky. It's funny, it's like almost 58%. It's 57 point, what did I say? 57.8%. So it's essentially 58%, but I'm not burning my nose. It's a very refined nose for something that, like, you know, nice. I'm just going to go to the palate now. Ooh. There's the ethanol. The ethanol was like, oh yeah? Oh. It was hot. I don't want to make it sound like it was too hot. It was very warm. Nice. There's a spice. The oak is coming through. Malt. It's a single malt, right? It's 100% malted barley, which is nice. Considering what Canadian whiskeys can have in them. man, nice and vanilla-y, sweet, touch of butterscotch. Baking spices like a cinnamon, maybe a nutmeg. There's also a free aspect. Apples, pear, the one that's kind of like a peach but not really, apricot. You know, orchard fruits, but the lighter tasting ones. Very appley though. Definitely more apple than the others. Not a big berry thing. And the finish just keeps going. The warm hug aspect is really heavy there. Very spicy, very wood forward. I wonder what the oak is that they use. Does it say? No, it's just marketing piffle. This is a very small batch, by the way. But instead of just the marketing piffle, I would rather they tell me what the casks were. So nice. Okay, Canadian whiskey, but it actually hits well on my checklist, I think. So let's do the checklist, shall we? What we got here is a single malt. So that's 1. We have an age statement. 2. We have no chill filtering. 3. No caramel coloring. 4. And it's at 57.8%, so it's above the 45% that I like so well. So that hits them all. I call that an epic win, right? Tastes great, terrific on the nose, lively, the finish just goes on forever, and it hits everything in my checklist. So let's kill it. Dang. Just give it a moment. Much of the same, just a little diluted. It's all the sugars now, actually. Hold on, it's changing before my very nose here. The fruit and the spice have sort of tamped down, leaving just the caramel and butterscotch nose. That's a friendlier taste. In some ways, but a less interesting one. When I say friendlier, I mean, oh no, there it is. I was gonna say it doesn't have quite as much vim and vigor, but no, it just hit a little later. There's still a lot of, there's a scintillation on my tongue, and that's from the high alcohol content in the spice. It's lost a dimension though. The flavor isn't as deep as it was. It's still good with a little bit of water, but I definitely prefer it without. I think this is a 9 on 10. I really like this. Yeah, 9 on 10. Abso-freaking-lutely. Yeah, okay, so that's all she wrote. Thanks for hanging out with me for this little review. As I always say, if you like what I'm doing, then please do the following 3 things. 1, comment down below. What's your favorite shelter point? Do you know Shelter Point? 2, share this video. That helps me more than you could possibly imagine. And 3, leave me a smiley thumb. If you don't like what I'm doing, that's okay. Leave me a frowny thumb. Thanks for watching, guys.